Check, check. Check, check. All right. What is going on? We'll get started in just a second. We'll get started in just a second. Let some people get in here. Make sure my volume is working. Check, check. Looks good. What's going on, guys? We got some tropical update stuff we need to talk about. Some severe weather moving through Texas right now. Western Atlantic. Yeah, GFS continues to just do the craziest stuff. Tropical cyclogenesis at 180 hours. It continues to show something. We'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about it. I don't know. The believability isn't too great. I will say, though, the latest GFS does show tropical cyclogenesis within almost 120 hours. 5 days. Eastern Pacific. This is, I think, likely. This is probably less than 30% chance. Latest one does take this thing in near Houston as a Cat 2, Cat 3. So, but again, we're going to see these models change. I can't really believe anything you see this far out in the models, but we'll talk about it. Let's take a look at the latest Euro. Is our 12Z Euro out? Of course it's not. Of course it's not. Does show potential for that storm in the Eastern Pacific as well, though. Interesting. Anything for Temple, Texas? Vroom. I need to put a sound effect on that. Whoosh. Maybe. Let's take a look. Song's kind of boring. This is better. Let's get to Radar Omega. Temple, Texas. Temple, Texas. How's everyone doing? Exactly 69 people in here. Someone just ruined it. All right. Temple, Texas. You guys are in that slight today. We can take a look at the latest HRRR and see what it's thinking. When you get to day one, you got to use HRRR for the hourly updates, but we can take a look at other model runs too. We'll go back to the 16Z so we can see the full run. Yeah, it's spreading out those storms. Isolated threat. This is a hail-driven slight risk. So, biggest threat today is hail and high winds. There is a 2% risk for tornadoes. So, we could get a couple spin-ups, but definitely looking like a little bit more of a... We have a SIG hail risk out here. I could show you that. I believe we still have that. There's the hatched region. So 4-inch plus hail possible. Is this showing me hail on the weather-wise? What is that doing? We have a mesoscale discussion. Should we read it? Love my mesoscale discussions. A gradual increase in thunderstorm development is expected over the next few hours. The primary concerns will be large hail and severe wind gusts. Boom. A watch should eventually be needed this afternoon, though timing is uncertain. But they didn't mention tornado possibilities. There is a tornado possibility. We had a 2% tor here. It's not very high, but there is a tornado possibility. Right now, timing for Temple, timing for most of this event as we get into, all right, 4 Central, we're watching storms fire up out there to the southwest of Fort Worth, making their way east-southeast, and eventually heading out towards College Station, Huntsville, as we get into later in the afternoon around 3 p.m., midnight Central Time. It's quiet right now, though. This isn't a major, expected to be any sort of major outbreak or anything like that, but I would have a way to get alerts today if you're in this area. You do have that SIG hail, hatched hail region here. Come on, you can do it, Radar Omega. You can make it happen. Come on, let's put it into motion. There we go. Anything for Richwood, Texas? You guys are in this 5% hail. You're probably in a marginal severe weather. If I were to guess, you're in a marginal, so not expected to be too bad. It is possible. It's a small chance. Small chance for severe weather. I'm literally drinking a huge coffee. Why am I yawning? And I already had a Red Bull. But we're not seeing much down there. We're going to go back to the 16Z. The bad weather out here in Texas isn't firing up until 4 to 5 Central. Late afternoon, early evening. But as you see here, it doesn't really get... that starts firing up at around 4 Central to the southwest of Fort Worth. Starts moving into around the Waco and surrounding areas around 6 p.m. Central. Then we're getting down into Temple as we get into around 8, 9, and then 10, 11, midnight, 1, 2. I mean, we might be watching severe weather threat moving into Houston 1 to 3 in the morning. No, you know, Dallas with the latest HRRR looks like you could completely avoid anything. If you were to get storms, you could see some firing up early evening, 5 p.m. A lot of this wants to stay to the south. You can see, though, around 8 p.m. it does try to bring some up into that region. So I'd pay attention in the evening hours in Dallas. It's trying to keep all those storms to your south, but I believe it's just thinking we're going to have kind of a cap up to the north. If that cap breaks, we'll get a little bit more initiation up here. So late afternoon into the early evening, we'll watch up in Dallas. Is that true? Is that true, Holly? What am I supposed to do for energy then? Drink water? Bedford, Texas. Hey guys, should I flash the new spicy merch in stream real quick? Just to make people who aren't in stream jealous. Where's Bedford, Texas? Wait, did I just go over Bedford, Texas? Speaking of ADHD. Oh, that's Bedford, England. Oh, so Dallas, Fort Worth. Yeah, same thing as what I just said. Well, B, you've already seen one. I guess I can show the one I showed B. I've got a bucket hat idea too, though. I've got a bucket hat idea too. Okay, wait, I'll show you guys real quick. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Guys, we might have a fun day Tuesday covering this stuff. Bum-bum. This is Champion. You see the Champion down there? It's actually a Champion brand material or clothes. It's the highest quality windbreaker I could find. I'm being dead serious. Highest quality, highest rated, because I look at the ratings too. This was like 4.8 out of 5 stars with like 6,000 reviews. Quality. Champion. But I have like bucket hats and other things. So, anyways, take my money. What I'm going to do, I think, for the first week that I launch it, which is probably going to be beginning of next week, is I'm just going to put a discount code out that's like makes every single thing wholesale. So just so everyone can get it for literally as cheap as possible. So like the price like literally the wholesale. I mean, there's not much of an upcharge on my stuff already, but I'm just going to wholesale it for the first week because I want everyone to have it. I don't really, I just want everyone to have it. Oh, we got this too, guys. Coming. Anyways, let's focus. Focus. Want to answer questions. The aggregative storm outlooks. Oh God, I don't know why I couldn't read that. Jay, the aggregative storm outlooks are showing lots of weather in the Northeast this week. Is this true? We can take a look at the ensembles. Let's take a look at the ensembles and see if that's true. Sure. I like doing this with you guys anyways. I need to stop adding. Yeah, well, I promise you guys, I'm just gonna do like a complete wholesale. So like it's gonna be, I'll when I put new stuff up, I'll put the first week. I'm gonna make $0 off of it, or like $1. I just want people to be able to get the stuff. You know what I mean? I'm more excited for that. I'm more excited for even me to get it. So I'll do that. I want it to be affordable. So it's already, because it's like high quality stuff. So it's the wholesale's already high. So I don't want to really put a markup on it. But I pay a subscription through the service I use for my merch. So that's why there has to be some sort of markup, or else if I sell it wholesale, I lose money. But I can do that first week. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. Let's go to our ensembles. Let's go out to the US. Glad to see Chaz behave themselves today. What's going on, Nick? What's going on, Leanne? So, let's take a look at this. We're seeing on the Euro ensemble some instability trying to push up into the Northeast. Let's look at the GEFS. Oh my gosh, you guys see what the GEFS is doing? Look at this. Look at the ensemble. Everyone watch right here. Everyone watch right here as we move forward with our American ensemble. Boom, 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 boom. Oh no. All right, that's a spicy look there. NWS blend of models. Same thing. Really aggressive in Texas and Oklahoma. Kansas gets pretty aggressive over Dixie Alley. Interesting. Just seeing that. Let me go to our 12Z. I want to look at the latest 500 millibar. What's our jet stream doing that's causing all of this commotion? Ignore the major hurricane the GFS sees down here because we still don't know if that's going to happen. It's way too far out. You're getting a nice southwesterly flow. I'm not seeing any sort of major amplified trough, but you are getting a consistent. Like, look at this. Look at that right there. This has actually been. This is uptrended. Oh my gosh. But you got that. Then you got another kind of southwesterly right here on the GFS. We're talking about into Thursday, Friday. Then you've got this, and then look at this. This could be a major severe weather event for the Northeast for a couple days. Correct. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this upcoming week. That is a crazy look. That is a crazy look for the Northeast severe weather potential. Then you've got another round there, potentially too. You can see the divergence. So yeah, I would say there's something to it. And then this would be another potential outbreak setup. Yeah, June's looking spicy, guys. First couple weeks of June are looking spicy. People have been talking about that. but confirmed. Oh, was I at the 500 millibar? Whatever, same thing. You can still see it. Yeah, look at that. Nice jet. See, with this, you've got your kind of northern jet stream, and then you've kind of got your subtropical jet pushing in as well. That can cause some problems. And then that does push off into the northeast. That right there would be a big northeastern event. Yeah, it's pretty active. Pretty active. Yeah. Someone said map too small. I mean, can you guys see this? Like, this is the US. You know what I mean? Here's your jet stream. What I can do is actually just do this. Let me do this because it'll be easier for you guys to see it, because I'm always trying to change things to make them better. What I can do is actually put, watch this. I'll fix this for you guys. There you go. Now it's on the bottom as well. Let me fix how it looks on the bottom though, so you can see it bigger. Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, you guys can click the thing and open it up to make it bigger. So there shouldn't be any view issues at all, unless people lock and can't turn their phone sideways. Yeah, but I mean, I can put this on the bottom as well. It's going to be about the same size though. That's the problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can do this. Hold up, I can do this. I like to have the radar while I'm going over that stuff, but technically I could go like this and have this real big for you guys on the bottom. Let's see here. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Give me a second. Like, I can do that so it's much bigger, you see, so you can have it doubled. Zoom in then. Yeah, there's a couple ways to get around that being small. That's fine though. We can do it like that. So I've got both. Boom. Some people like, if like I had it like how it was, because if there's a severe weather event going on and I'm covering something that's on the model coming up, I like people to be able to see what's actually going on the radar, but this is fine. Satellite. See, I have the double satellite and then radar Omega. Got the satellite at the bottom. That's fine. We can do this. Wait, why does radar Omega have pivotal weather up right now? Wait, what? 1 second, guys. Let me fix this. Oh, it's because I added. Oh, okay. I understand what I did. Oh, okay. Oops. Sorry. Let me fix this, guys. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. I don't know how that happened. This should be this. There we go. Everything's back to normal. What's happening for Omaha? Not much today, but we got it. We have to watch tomorrow and the next day. We can go into our day 2. We got a marginal in Omaha. I think day 3 is gonna be our bigger concern. It kind of pushes past. I guess, you know, we'll watch the transition between Monday night and actually we can look at this on the models between Monday and Tuesday. So if we go to pivotal real quick and look, it switched back. What the heck? Oh, I know why. It's because these are attached. Whatever. Just turn your phone sideways if you can't see this. Let's go and take a look at our Rufus so we can actually see what's going to happen near Omaha. Technology. Here we go. So we're in the Rufus. Here is getting into Monday night. Looking real spicy over Nebraska. I can tell you that. And the panhandle of Texas moving into Oklahoma. Right now, this is on the Rufus. Things could change. And then this kind of straightens out. And it does bring... We're talking around 2 to 4 a.m. right now on Tuesday morning. 2 to 4 a.m. nocturnal supercell threat.
New information. Region. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Does bring a threat 2 to 4 a.m. So that, yeah, it is the transition between Monday to Tuesday where Omaha might... as of now, looks like it may see the biggest threat. You can see that threat moving in at around 4 a.m. Kansas City, up through Omaha as well. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're probably going to be watching that Nebraska, Iowa, and Kansas, Missouri border. And then you can see we get another, and then as we get into Tuesday, boom, this thing cranks back up, and this looks really, really potentially severe. Tuesday, as we get into Tuesday afternoon for KC, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, then pushing through Missouri. But there's going to be more happening. I mean, if I zoom this out here, let me go back. Let me zoom this out a little bit. Give me 1 second. Got some severe weather down here. I want to keep this on here. So, yeah, if we zoom this out, getting into Tuesday, it's not just that pocket to the south. We could, yeah, look at that. See, this is now we're talking into the evening hours, pushing into the St. Louis region, western Illinois, eastern Wisconsin. We could have some bad weather down here in central Texas, but potentially approaching the DFW. So Tuesday still has outbreak potential. Oh, wow. And then Rufus has a big low pressure system churning over Florida. Interesting. I would say for today, stay prepared. Not much supposed to happen. Monday, Tuesday, depending on where you are in the plains, we could see really bad weather, really almost all the way from southern South Dakota, all the way down to central Texas. Potential outbreak, and then we're gonna have to watch it as it moves out to the east as well. Yeah, we're watching the Dallas-Fort Worth area for Tuesday as well. Definitely. Look at that. Tuesday night for sure. Are we going to be... They were going to be out streaming in Oklahoma, Kansas during these storms. Nice. Nice. I love it spicy. Some people do, some people don't. I fly out to Vegas to work on Tuesday. Ooh. Don't worry, you'll fly over this. Planes, weather happens in the troposphere, and planes, if you're flying more than 45 minutes, fly up into the stratosphere. So you can fly right over these storms. I do want to see what the NAM 3K thinks 60 hours out. NAM 3K gives a little bit more supercell action in and around DFW today, by the way, guys. So it does have an enhanced look at the DFW. It's not as updated as the HRRR, but look at this 4 or 5 supercells as we get into around, this would be 5 p.m. Central, moving south. So we'll have to watch that. But I do want to see what the NAM 3K is doing in the plains really quickly for at least tomorrow. I think it's going to get into Tuesday morning potentially. I don't feel like doing math in my head, but let's look. There we go. Nebraska still. Nebraska, panhandle of Texas as we get into Monday afternoon and evening. And then you get this battle of the outflow boundaries colliding in the center of Kansas. And then this stuff moves off to the east through Omaha. Again, same timing, actually. That's good. Same timing between the NAM and the Rufus. 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. on the border of Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri. So it's good that they agree on timing. That shows that there's some sort of consensus in the data. And then they kind of agree on this as well. Tuesday, getting into Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Look at this. This is a big wind event. Look, you can see it curved. You see the curve. You see the curve. You see the curve. This would be a damaging wind event potentially, not along the whole entire squall line, but along portions of it. And we're gonna have to watch out Kansas again, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, all the way down to the DFW, potentially all the way up there in the Midwest, Western Illinois. This is still looking like a pretty decent setup for Monday and Tuesday. It downtrended definitely, but it was looking like insane before. So the downtrend, even with the downtrend, it still looks impressive. And we know, I mean, these things can uptrend out of nowhere. Yellow Brandon, NTX, KJ, and Coco Snipes. I appreciate you guys. So yeah, interesting. It's going to be a active start to the week, and then, you know, the models aren't going to see what's going to happen Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but it looks like the Northeast could get involved. Ohio Valley Northeast could definitely get involved in something. Yeah, second, guys. SBC has watch incoming for DFW. They do have a mesoscale issued 37 minutes ago. This mesoscale is just discussing gradual increase in thunderstorm development over the next few hours. So we talked about this. Large hail and severe gusts will be possible eventually. Eventual watch is likely this afternoon. That does include portions of Dallas-Fort Worth. So, yeah. Yeah, we talked about this. Probability of watch issuance, 80%. Happy Sunday, NTX. Map looks quiet for now. We just got 2 little storms. Neither of which are... we just have 1 severe thunderstorm warning, and then we have a special weather statement. This is $half size hail. 60-plus mile-per-hour gusts are possible, but it's quiet. The main event's supposed to start as we get into late afternoon Central Time. So maybe 4 to 5 p.m. Central Time. How is... Yeah, Michigan could get involved Wednesday, Thursday as this thing moves off to the east, for sure. Maybe even Tuesday morning or late Tuesday night. I think Tuesday to Thursday we'll be watching the Michigan area and see how that timing works out, or watching Michigan, Great Lakes region in general. Anything for New York the next few days? Probably not the next few days, but if once we get into day 4, day 5, possibly Thursday, Friday. I think ATL looks quiet for a while, but we can take a look at that. Means it'll be a super busy stream, yeah. Blondie, appreciate that. I need to like switch the location of my chat so I can answer YouTube a little bit quicker. Because there's a delay, obviously. Let's take a look. Let's get over to the Euro. We'll just look at the future radar. Once you get past 3 days, 4 days, doesn't really matter. There's that trough ejection happening really from central Texas, western Texas, all the way up through the Ohio Valley. This is going to be pushing off east as well. We got a low pressure moving up through Florida as well. That's going to potentially mix. These 2 things are going to potentially collide and cause a lot of chaos out here along the East Coast. You can see that here. They're starting to trade energy as we move into as we get into Friday here. This could be messy. This is also going to probably increase our vorticity in portions of this region, or at least our shear. So, yeah, here we go. Getting into Friday. Not surprisingly, there's going to be severe potential through all of this. This is all going to be severe potential just based on what our jet's doing. 500 and 850 jets doing. So, and then look at that. Look at Saturday too for New York. Saturday, this could be Friday, Saturday. We could have a slight to enhanced up there if we continue to see this look. It's only 140 hours out on the Euro. It's realistic. Yeah, just in time for the weekend again, New York. You had nasty tornadoes this past week. Where were you at? Chicago, we're gonna have to watch Tuesday. I mean, we were looking at this. Here we go, getting into Tuesday evening. You can see this line of storm, big QLCS setting up, moving east. So I'd say right now the timing looks like, I mean, I can look at this from the severe perspective, but right now the timing looks like Tuesday evening, Tuesday late night, Wednesday super early morning. We could have some pretty bad weather moving into the Chicago area. Yeah, maybe late evening Tuesday. We're going to have to watch Chicago. Atlantic City, yeah, that would be towards Friday, Saturday as well. Omaha tomorrow. I think Tuesday looks to be your event. Early Tuesday. So, yeah, the timing for Omaha. I mean, right now it's super late / Monday / super early on Tuesday into the early hours, like 1, 2, 3 a.m. Yeah, it's that changeover between Monday and Tuesday when we could get some bad weather in Omaha, at least with the timing right now. St. Louis does look a tad bit spicy as we get into, I think you could, we'll have to see if this line of storms does anything Tuesday morning, but look at the Rufus. The Rufus is throwing some pretty potentially significant severe weather into you guys around late afternoon, early evening hours of Tuesday. And the Rufus, the timing on the Rufus right now is looking like 8 to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, but that, that's probably going to change the exact timing. And then we get some supercells out there through southern Illinois and Indiana, northwestern Ohio, and southern Michigan, western Kentucky as we get into Wednesday. Oh yeah. I heard about the Canadian wildfires. You guys want to see a good shot of them? Can you guys tell where the wildfire smoke is? Let me know if you can tell. It's not funny, but can you guys tell? What's cloud and what's smoke? Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Oof. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. You know what's crazy, though? You can really see our jets. You can really see our trough because of that smoke. Yeah, not good. Not a good scenario. But look, you can see how it's traveling with our upper level winds, which is the only thing I find ironic or funny about this photo. Nothing's really funny other than that. Here's our ridge. Here's our trough. Positive PNA. But yeah, there's a lot of smoke. Not all of this is at the surface. A lot of this is actually up in the air. Like, it shows a ton of smoke over PA. That there's none outside. There's none outside. At least where I live. So some of this is up in the upper atmosphere and some of it is down near the surface. I would assume some of this over Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois. I'd assume some of this here is at the surface just by how thick it looks. Yeah. It's going to continue for a little bit. It's not, people are going to, every time something like this happens, going to blame it on something. Wildfires like this, big wildfires like this, they happen every now and then. You get droughts, dry conditions, sometimes really windy conditions over an area for a long period of time. They've had a combination of drought and high wind. So, pretty notable event, but not like extraordinarily rare to see a big wildfire outbreak like that up in Canada. Most of 95 or something like 98% of Canada's land is uninhabited, so there's no one watching to put those out. They just have to let them burn. Is that true that we will see an aurora tonight? Aurora borealis. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a G4 magnetic storm. Could be a G5. Yeah, someone brought that up yesterday. Yeah, they're thinking closer into potentially late afternoon, early evening is when it's going to hit. But obviously, like, as we get into the nighttime and the sun goes down is when we'll see it better. So, I wonder what the latest... I wonder what their latest time. They're still predicting G4. I wonder if they have a new map for us. Let's see. All right, here's what they're thinking. Here's the US. Watch as we get into, this is today. Now this should start to expand like crazy. See that? Pushing down into the US. Look at that. That's the peak of it. So now where it shows like, so this is probably gonna, it's probably gonna be visible with the naked eye here and above. You'll be able to see it if you take a picture with your phones down here, most likely, all the way almost to northern Florida, probably Tallahassee, maybe even farther south. Your phones can see the color ranges that our eyes can't detect. So you take a picture and it shows up much brighter. So yeah, we'll have to see. watch these storms. What the timing is? They always get the timing wrong. It's like laughable. It's really hard to track the timing that like sun superheated particles are traveling through space. They're usually off by a few hours, but I mean, let's see what their latest timing. The last time they were off by a while. Let's see timing for. Let's see when they think the peak is. They're thinking the peak is going to be. Yeah, they're saying 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Obviously, when the sun's going down. But peak aurora. They're saying creation time 1836. So, but that's UTC. That's like right now. The magnetic storm should be hitting the planet right now, but we're not going to see it until the sun goes down. You know what I mean? So I would say you're probably going to want to see it earlier in the night, as soon as your sun goes down, maybe 8 to 10 p.m. Because it's going to be dissipating as we get early into the morning. Yeah. Happy hurricane season. I know, right? You may be able to get a good picture with it on your phone down there in Lafayette. Your phone can see certain light that like not infrared, sorry. Certain I'm not a phone expert. Let's see. Let's give you accurate information. Phone cameras, especially with features like night mode and longer exposure, can capture auroras more vividly than the human eye because they are more sensitive to light and can collect more light over a longer period. This allows them to reveal details and colors that might be too subtle or faint to the naked eye. You might see a little glow. You take a picture and your phone actually sees the entire glow. It's really cool. I have a photo of my aurora borealis, and it was bright, but it wasn't as bright as this looks in the picture. This was last October, and I'm in Philly. Oops. It's so bright back here. You see that? I mean, the whole sky was pink. See that? Now, it was bright. I went outside and said, oh my God, and I grabbed my phone. But your phone sees the light even better. But this was last October, and we'll probably see the same type of thing tonight. People did see the aurora borealis down as far south as... People were saying they saw it in the panhandle of Florida last time in October, so... I had people say they saw it in Orlando, Florida. Oh, yeah, you'll see them in Ontario, for sure. Easily. It's going to light up the sky in Ontario, probably. Last night they were visible by eye in Nebraska. Yeah, they'll be even better tonight. You got green? Yeah, I think the farther north you go, you start to get the pinks and the different colors. The farther south you go, you start just to get like the greens and stuff. But I think it depends how far north you are, the more like what spectrum of colors you see. But you'll probably be able to see it pretty far south, near the Gulf. That would explain why it was visible this morning in Tulsa. Yeah. Will Oklahoma see it? Likely. You'll likely be able to see it through your phone tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe with the naked eye. People swore that they saw it pretty far south with the naked eye last time. I can't confirm nor deny. I don't know. But there's a chance you see it with the naked eye. I think there's a high likelihood you see it with your phone in Oklahoma. 95%. Yeah. Guys, I might get off right now. I'm going to be streaming later. I just wanted to get on and do some updates on what's going on tonight. Just to rehash. Not a major threat in here today. Although, like, the NAM does see a potential little supercell outbreak in Dallas-Fort Worth as we get into the early evening hours, 5 p.m.-ish. Something to note. We'll have to watch. I'll get back on a little later, maybe a little bit earlier, depending on what's happening with the weather. GFS still shows a hurricane hitting the Gulf somewhere, but it's still over 180 hours out, so there's not really... You can't really trust it. Not yet. I'm still waiting for tomorrow, but it keeps pushing back the tropical cyclogenesis too, so We'll see. They both really believe there's going to be more development in the Eastern Pacific, though, so I'm pretty confident on that. In the next 5 days, we'll have another tropical system in the Eastern Pacific. Likely won't affect us. Likely won't affect anyone. But the tropics are active. There's a lot of moisture moving up north into the Caribbean. So something to watch. But I'll be back on later. I did post a video on this stuff, but yeah, I'll be back on later and discussing this stuff. Climate Crew, mods, we've got that meeting tonight, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, and we got a bunch of big announcements. There's a lot of big changes happening to this channel moving forward. Exciting changes. I think I may have the opportunity to go full-time. Like I said, I'm pushing to go full-time before the end, before next year. And we're going to make some changes that may help that happen a little bit quicker. And lots of, exciting stuff. And then after we have our meeting, I'll talk about it in general in my stream tomorrow with everyone. This is Radar Omega. Radar Omega and Weatherwise. Both you can use free for like better update or for like more functionality you can pay, but the free versions are pretty much
A
do
new
everything,
severe
if I'm being
thunderstorm
honest.
warning
You
has
don't really
been
need
issued.
the paid versions. All right, guys, I'll be on a little bit later. I appreciate you guys being in here. Thank you, mod. I'll see you at around 7 Central.